Do good and evil exist? Or is it a human invention? Some schools of thought argue that good and evil are universal concepts. They exist independently of humanity and are based on ethical or moral principles that transcend cultures and eras. For these perspectives, actions can be considered good or bad based on fundamental values, such as justice, compassion, and respect for life. On the other hand, there are those who argue that good and evil are human inventions, socially and culturally constructed. According to this view, what is considered good or bad can vary from one society to another and over time, reflecting the specific norms, values, and interests of each group. The answer may depend on your perspective. Whether you believe there are universal moral truths or whether you see good and evil as social constructs. Both views have their justifications and implications, and the debate remains relevant in many contexts. Good and evil, from God's perspective. According to the Holy Scriptures, good is, in fact, the expression of God's nature and will, manifesting itself in His love, justice, and truth. The Bible reveals that God is the very source and standard of good, for He is absolutely holy. Isaiah 6 verse 3, and perfect in all His ways. Psalm 18 verse 30. Good as an expression of God's nature. God not only does good, but He is good itself. As Jesus declared, no one is good but one, that is, God. Mark 10 verse 18. His essence is love, 1 John 4 verse 8. Justice, Psalm 89 verse 14. And truth, John 14 verse 6. All moral virtue emanates from Him. For every good and perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of lights, James 1 verse 17. Good as the revealed will of God. The divine will is that men do good, reflecting His character. Paul exhorts, do not be overcome by evil, but overcome evil with good. Romans 12 verse 21. Furthermore, he who does good is of God, but he who does evil has not seen God. 3 John 1 verse 11. The law of the Lord, summarized in love for God and neighbor, Matthew 22 verses 37 to 40, is the ultimate expression of this will. Love, justice, and truth as pillars of divine good. Love. He who does not love does not know God, for God is love. 1 John 4 verse 8. The greatest example of this is Christ, who died for the ungodly. Romans 5 verse 8. Justice. The Lord is righteous in all His ways. Psalm 145 verse 17. He loves righteousness and justice. Psalm 33 verse 5. And requires His people to work righteousness. Micah 6 verse 8. Truth. Sanctify them through your truth. Your word is truth. John 17 verse 17. God cannot lie. Titus 1 verse 2. And His Son is the way, the truth, and the life. John 14 verse 6. Good is, therefore, the radiance of God's glory in His actions and commandments. As creatures made in His image, Genesis 1 verse 27, we are called to imitate Him. Ephesians 5 verse 1, living in holiness. 1 Peter 1 verse 16, and practicing good as a fruit of the Spirit. Galatians 5 verse 22. Therefore, as we have opportunity, let us do good to all. Galatians 6 verse 10. For in this we glorify the Father, who is in heaven. Matthew 5 verse 16. The devil's perspective. Good is the will of each person, reigning over the will of others. Human perspective. Good can vary according to the result of benefit or loss. Therefore, the same fact can have different concepts of good or evil. What is a victory? For some is a defeat for others.